Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Gabriel Espinoza, Director Emeritus of the Jazz Program at Central College. Before we talk about anything else, you are kind of recently retired from full-time teaching, yes?
Yes, sir. May 31st was my last day teaching after 27 years at my alma mater, Central College in Pella, Iowa. Yes.
Just for you've told me this story before many times, but for those who haven't heard it, tell us how you grew up in Yucatan. How did you end up in Pella, Iowa?
Uh, the reason is that Central College had some great study abroad programs, and they started a program in Yucatan in the late 60s, a few years ago. Then by the mid 70s, I got to know some of the professors that used to go teach in Merida. And I asked one of them if there was a chance for me to study music at Central College. And he said, yeah, actually, yes, because we have something that we call language assistant scholarships that we give to people from Merida to come and help us teach Spanish, and we give them a free ride. So I said, what do I need to do? And then we took care of all the paperwork, and they were nice enough to choose me that time. And that's how I ended up coming in 1976 to do my Bachelor of Arts at Central College, thanks to the institution.
And then where did you get your advanced degrees before you came back and joined the faculty?
Then right after I finished at Central, then I really knew exactly what I wanted to do with my music style-wise. And I said, jazz is what I want to do. And that's exactly what I did by going to Berklee College of Music. Right after Central College, I went to the University of Miami one semester. And then I ended up going to Berklee for 3 years, where I got my diploma in arranging. And later on, 7 years later, I ended up going to North Texas to get my master's in jazz studies.
And
Yeah.
is Central the only place you've ever taught?
Yes, I never taught before. So after North Texas, I came here as a professor, and I had never taught before. Yeah.
Your latest release, brand new, in fact, hardly out a month, and we've just started playing it here on KCCK, Bossas and Boleros. And what is even more exciting is you're going to be in Cedar Rapids for the first time in many years for Jazz Night on 2nd, which is coming up on the 23rd of June. We're so excited.
I'm very excited too. I haven't been in that area for many, many, many years. So I'm glad that they called me to do this event, and we're very, very excited to go there and play this new recording of Bossa Bolero. Actually, especially because I don't know if you know, but yesterday one of the queens of the bossas passed, which is Astrud Gilberto.
Yes, at the time of our recording, it was just a day or so ago that we got the news that Astrud Gilberto had passed.
Talking about the bossa nova, that's the voice of the bossa nova, together with Jobim and Joao Gilberto. But the female voice, that was one of the most important voices.
Well, and you have talked, I know you talk in the liner notes on the new record about your influences, which of course include people like Astrud and also Burt Bacharach, and you also mentioned the great Mexican composer Manzanero, and didn't you do a tribute record to him some years ago?
Yeah, in 2017, I did songs from Baccarat to Manzanero. Both
That's
of
right.
them,
Yeah, both of them. Yeah.
great composers. They're gone.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very recently.
They're,
So tell me a little bit about that. Growing up in Yucatan, and again, not surprising. Manzanero is legendary Mexican composer, and of course the bossa stuff coming up from Brazil was in the '60s, was coming on really big. But you also mentioned Burt Bacharach as a as an influence.
yeah, because you remember there was a movie called Sundance Kid and Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. And when I heard that music on that movie, I was just enchanted by the sound of the songs, the compositions, the instrumentation, and I said, "Who's this guy?" And then I got into Burt Bacharach, and then I discovered a gold mine of songs. So that was through the movies. Actually, I'm really in love with as movie scores, like Dave Grusin, John Williams, and then Burt Bacharach. So that's how I got acquainted with Bacharach. And then Bacharach would write songs for the Carpenters. And then, well, from jazz to bossa nova to the Carpenters to Manzanero, a whole mixture.
Well, and speaking of the Carpenters, on the new record, you do a version of Sing.
Yes, Sing. Yes, because those are beautiful songs. And with Tierney Sutton in 2017, we did Close to You, a Bacharach song. So those are beautiful songs. When you have a beautiful song, I don't really care about the style. If this is a jazz song, if this no, it's a beautiful song. And Sing was one of those beautiful songs.
Kim Nazarian from the New York Voices, you and she have been collaborating for many years, and you actually got brought in the New York Voices to do the vocal arrangement on that tune.
Yeah, actually, the vocal arrangement was written by our friend Jeremy Fox.
Yep, the nationally famous choral director based in Southwest Iowa, another one of our own.
Yes, and then I wrote the arrangement first, and then I said, Jeremy, would you do me a favor and write it for vocal part? And then when he wrote it, I had no choice, but I had to ask the New York Voices to record it because it was such a great arrangement. I said, Tim, I need to ask all of you guys to do it. And they were nice enough to record it. And for me, it's like having Jeremy arrange the vocal part and New York Voices singing the recording. I'm blessed. What can I say?
It doesn't get much better than that. Well, as always with this album, you have, you just always manage to attract world-class talent. You've got Anat Cohen, you've got Fred Hersch, and the list goes on and on. What's it like when, these titans of jazz walk into the studio to perform your music?
It's such a blessing that I have the opportunity to make music with all of those people, because when you look at the back of the CD and you read all those names, those people are the ones that bring my music to life. And I'm so lucky to be able to have them as friends and have them participate in one or two songs on my recordings, because they are just, if I would dream, what pianist would you like, Gabriel, to have you play while you sing a bolero? What's your dream? Here says crystal ball. And I would say Fred Hersch. And then I'm with Fred Hersch. And when I'm in the studio with Fred Hersch, it's like, hello, I'm with, it's a dream. It's a dream. And all of those things are possible through lots of connections, through personal relationships, because I don't know if you know, but Fred Hersch went to Grinnell College.
Yeah, it did. Yes,
he did. And a few years ago, they gave him an honor, Dr. Honoris Causa, one of those big titles. And I met the guys because I teach there part-time. So we became friends. Then it was 2 years after, it was, in a way, I had the connection through Grinnell to ask him, would you consider recording 2 songs for me? Just piano voice. I said, yes, Gabriel. Then I had Fred Hersch with me. What? Amazing. Same thing with Anat Cohen, same thing with the New York Voices. All the people that participate on this recording are great human beings, great friends, and I'm just so blessed to have them with me. They are the ones that make my music live.
Now, as we said, you've had a recording and performing relationship with Kim Nazarian going back several years, but she doesn't just sing. Just doesn't just sing lyrics on the album. On this album in particular, you really utilize her voice, as an instrument, more vocalizations as much as there is singing. Where did that idea originate?
If we go back to Burt Bacharach, there was a song on that movie, on the Sundance Kid, Butch Cassidy, that go ba 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 ba. It was like that. It was no lyrics. So I like that idea. I like the sound of the voice as a horn. And it's a beautiful sound, and not many bands use. Sergio Mendes uses that a lot. The Brazilians use the voice as a lala. as a sing along without lyrics. So I like that sound, and that sound is not used a lot, and I love it. I love it. The female voice sounding like a horn is just gorgeous. So I think I became attached to that, and I use that on all of my recordings. I have no lyrics. I just sing the melodies.
Tell me who you're going to be bringing for an ensemble to the Cedar Rapids gig.
The Cedar Rapids gig, the band is made of on piano, my dearest friend from my last 5 recordings, Russian piano player Misha Tsiganov, will be on piano. My 2 horn players from Iowa, members of Ashanti, Latin jazz, they Carberdal and they Bowl. And I'm going to be bringing a couple of jewels from Des Moines that are 20 years old. One of them is Aviana Gettler, an amazing new jazz singer that graduated from Jeremy School a year ago. And her brother, Zane Gettler, graduated from Berklee College of Music a few years ago. So drums and voice, and another member of the Jeremy Fox School, the School for Music Vocations, Kirsten Conway, that happens to live around Cedar Rapids. So that's the band for that night. I'm really excited to be with that band that night.
And speaking of Ashanti, that's a lot of us, first heard you in that band, which was a going concern, for many years up until kind of the mid 2010s, I guess. Do you ever see yourself doing another Ashanti project?
Yes, we do. We play once a year at a club here in Des Moines. So we get together, and Ashanti plays once a year. It's our Ashanti reunion, but that's all we do. We just do that because we're brothers, and we like to get together once a year and play the Ashanti book. And we always have fun, and we have a great audience. But I had to move on and continue with my other project, which was what I'm doing for the last 12 years.
Well, you mentioned Aviana, who you'll be bringing in as one of your singers, and she appears on the album. So I suspect that she has had the chance. I know that she is a wonderful singer in her own right, but she has probably had the chance to watch and learn from Kim in this process too.
Yeah, because when we did the vocal tracks in December, actually the vocal tracks were recorded in Cedar Falls. So Kim flew to Des Moines. We had a rehearsal, the 3 of us. And then I even asked Aviana, I would like you to drive Kim from Des Moines to Cedar Falls because I'm going to be in Pella. Because I wanted her to have those 2 hours of talking to Kim Nazarian, learn from her experiences, and then go into the studio and spend a whole day singing a 20-year-old with Kim Nazarian. All that information that fantastic girl got that day, I think was very good for her. And she has so much talent. She's a jewel, my friend. We'll hear about Aviana Gettler for many years to come, I'll tell you. She's going to the New England Conservatory in September. And she has a future. Amazing singer.
We are so excited to have you back in Eastern Iowa for the brand new event. This is the first time, so you are kicking it off. Also on the program will be Corey Kendrick, the great pianist and organist out of the Quad Cities, and Ray Blue, who has kind of made his second home here in Cedar Rapids. He comes here several times a year, and we're always excited when he's on the bill as well. It's Jazz Night on 2nd. It's June 23rd. It's kind of it's a very interesting, cool venue. It's in downtown Cedar Rapids. It's kind of a pocket park right next to the Cobble Hill restaurant. And so that's where the stage is going to be. And then the street will be opened up. So there'll be kind of open seating on the street. I think it's a $5 admission charge. But if you want the premium seating, you can also get dinner from Cobble Hill and be right in front of the stage. And, that's probably where I'm going to be.
Hello.
So if you'd like more information, you can go to the Downtown District's website on that. But in the meantime, Gabriel, we are really happy to be debuting the new album on KCCK, and we'll be playing a lot in the days and the weeks to come. And I'm really excited to get a chance to hear it live. So safe travels to the Eastern Iowa area, and we'll look forward to hearing you soon.
Thank you for the opportunity, Dennis, for your support. You guys are great. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys very soon.
Thank you again, Gabriel.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio many weekdays at 10:30 or download the podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture or using your favorite podcast player. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.